Hello and welcome back to Ben and Mike's Film Room, and we just watched Captain America: The First Avenger.
Longest name yet, but maybe one of the best yet?
I think so. As of the five we've seen, I don't know what it is, but I think I find this one more enjoyable as a movie than the first Iron Man.
No.
Okay, I'm not okay. The plot, okay, before we actually dive into the movie at hand, the first Iron Man didn't have the greatest story, does it?
Yeah, there's not a whole bunch of character
It's really Robert.
arc. It's more like
Really-
action, beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, and Robert Downey Jr. carries that movie.
Yeah.
He carries it very well. But I think, and I love watching it for that reason. But other than that, not much to it, necessarily. You know?
I mean, The Cave.
Yes, the cave.
The Cave!
40 minutes of cave. But
Which was awesome.
okay, it's just my opinion. People don't dox me. Is that the word? No? I don't know. Please don't hurt me with comments and words.
Hurt me. Don't do it.
Don't hit me with sticks and stones. Yes. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. So yeah, we just saw the first Captain America movie. And yeah, I think it is pretty good. Pretty solid movie. And I think at the time, one of, like, I haven't seen The Dark Knight, but I think it might be one of the best superhero movies up until that point.
It's a little harsh.
Harsh?
There's been well, to say,
I think-
first of all, I haven't seen The Dark Knight, which is its own problem.
I know.
think
We'll get
saying
we'll
that-
get there when the Batman movie comes out.
Oh my goodness. The non-Ben Affleck Batman?
Yeah.
Okay. Anywho, I would say that Captain America is a good movie. I think it's the second best movie we've seen. Because Iron Man is going to beat out Captain America. Because, I mean,
Okay.
and we'll see this in the next movie, but
Avengers.
The Avengers. Is there a subtitle to that one?
No, just
Just this one? This is the only one with a subtitle so far?
yes.
Not Iron Man 2, the Whippy Whip Whips?
Yep. That would the
Or
name. That would the.
Bring
that
me
would
my bird?
Iron Man 2. Bring me my bird. But yeah, cause okay, I'll agree that statement. Me thinking it's the best one at that point. To be fair, I don't care much for the Sam Raimi films, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. Don't really care a lot about the X-Men movies.
Hey, whoa. Slow your roll here. X-Men 1 and X3?
3, Ben?
No, not 3. 2. X2 was cool. Nightcrawler was in it. That's all I have.
Okay. I don't know.
Hey, what about, we've got like older stuff you're comparing against though. You're talking like
I'm saying
the
su-
original
I'm saying-
Superman and
I
the
haven't-
original
I-
Batman.
I
Not
haven't
the-
seen the original Superman.
Well, that is a different problem.
We'll get that when the Man
How
of
about-
Steel sequel comes out. But okay,
so in
yes.
the Marvel saga,
Yes.
I think that's fair to call it that. I think Captain America is a good movie, and I think we should talk about the movie rather than just comparing it to other movies.
Okay,
So that we
then,
can
yep, let's do it.
enjoy what we liked and didn't like about it.
Let's do that then. So,
Did you just clap back at me?
no, I clapped at myself to get this going because I am the
back
one that
at
keeps
myself.
this. I am the one that keeps this from going, which we shall do. It opens up with Filch, who is German, in some village.
Yeah, I totally forgot about Mr. Filch.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, he's the secret protector of the Tesseract, which is somewhere. It's in the wall with the tree.
it's in Germany.
In the
Norway?
the Yggdrasil tree, right? The tree of the
Yggdrasil?
universe.
Yggdrasil, I can't. Yeah,
Yggdrasil, yeah.
Yeah, the world.
So-
It's called the tree of the world or the world tree. Though I think it's supposed to represent in Norse mythology there is a tree that is supposed to be about the 9 realms, and I think like the main trunk, not the bottom of it, but like the center of the trunk of the tree is Earth.
Yes, I think I know.
I don't know about mythology people. I've said that before, and
There's-
I'm so sorry for that last
There's a
podcast.
giant snake that's in the roots that's slowly eating away at it. Part of the
Yes, but that's not in
Ragnarok
this
nonsense.
That's not in this
but
movie,
it
though.
is seen in the wood, like in the big giant thing. It's all
Yes,
wrapped
yes.
up real tight around. I
And
think
the-
that's right, covering up the box, right?
Yes, the eye of the snake is the button.
Yeah.
See, we're not dilly-dallying this time. No. But first they open this casket with a fake tesseract, which is like glass, I assume.
Well, it's totally a good idea.
Quartz?
Doesn't matter what it is. It
Yeah,
could
and
just be,
But that's not really the point.
pew pew.
Anyway, he holds it. No, he doesn't. He opens a case, and he glows blue.
How does it glow?
Infinity Stone, brother.
No. I'm talking about the fake one that broke.
The fake one didn't glow.
Oh, okay, good. I don't remember it glowing, but I thought you had just.
It had a light bulb in it, man.
This is the 40s. They could do anything. So go on.
Yes,
So he picks
like
up the
like
glowy
hover
box.
cars.
Hey, it didn't work. Okay.
Yeah, and it never did.
Takes a couple of years. Okay.
Yeah, a couple millennia. So, after that, after he basically gets the Tesseract, Red Skull, Hugo Weaving, he kills Filch, character man, and
Showing how evil he is.
yes, how evil a Nazi can be.
He's the most Nazi-ish of the Nazis. He's like.
He's, I'm not sure if you haven't seen this movie recently, spoiler alert, the Nazis kick Hydra out for being too evil.
Well, he blows them up. Right? And also, if you bring in the guys, we'll get to it in a bit, but if those guys come in and you blow every single one of them up, how are they ever going to report that they left the Nazis? Doesn't make any sense.
Touche.
Anyway.
Yes. So, and then it
So
cuts.
he steals the Tesseract, and we cut to tiny
Steve-
Brooklyn.
Ti-
No.
tiny Brooklyn. Tiny
Everything
Brooklyn.
is small.
That seems like a Rick and Morty bit. Like,
Yeah.
welcome to Tiny Brooklyn.
It's like Tiny Rick lives there, and the Smurfs, and Steve Rogers is the head Smurf.
and little bits. Little bits.
Man, I have to say that Steve Rogers,
Tiny body, skinny
the
CGI.
tiny body CGI was not as bad as I remember. It is very apparent.
I mean,
it
we
can't-
know- we know
what
what's-
are my expectations. Of course, I mean it's 2011 at the
Yes.
time of this movie.
Yeah, but even
So-
like, okay, like, it looks amazing for 2011.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks.
it looks pretty stinking good.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I will say that it only looks jarring in a sense that I don't know. Maybe it's because we've seen Chris Evans in other things, more specifically, Fantastic Four. If you haven't seen it, good.
hey, the second one's the bad one.
You do not remember anything, do you?
No, they both were bad, but the second one's even worse.
I disagree. I like Galactus Cloud.
Well, Silver Surfer was a cool character and totally.
No, we must stay on
Yes,
focus.
Yes. So Steve Rogers is very tiny but super dedicated. All he wants to do is fight in the war because his parents fought in the war, and
Is that what his dad did?
well, they said
Well, probably.
the mom was a nurse. I remember that.
All men were drafted.
and he was in the 104th or 105th.
Yeah, something like that.
And
Some number.
Then we paused the video on his list of like maladies, so all sorts of
his list of
sicknesses and things.
ailments. List of ailments.
Oh man, it's great.
And one of them is just like general annoying or something ridiculous.
Nervousness,
Yeah,
I think.
like I
Oh,
don't know, but
man.
it's like
He had everything in the book. He'd like frequent colds and fatigue,
it's
like
As-
just bad gumption. It was like heart palpitations, diabetes,
allergic to dirt. Allergic to gunfire.
He had absolutely everything. It was fun.
Yes.
It was
So
a fun read. I recommend pausing at that time.
yes, it's very funny. Not very funny actually. It's fairly standard, but that's the point. So then he gets rejected, feeling down on himself. I think he then goes to the movies after that scene.
Yes, he's in
Yes.
the movies watching some film. Did they say what it was?
No,
because the
'cause the
person
guy-
in front says it's a cartoon
No, they like,
because they're waiting through the
Start-
newsreel.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Were Looney Tunes a thing in the 40s? Yes, they were. That doesn't mean they have to be, but I remember that there was a Bugs Bunny cartoon where he put an ear over his like hair to look like a Hitler thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and actually, that's where I made a wrong turn at Albuquerque came from. It came from a Nazi cartoon of like America propaganda for against Nazis thing. That's where that came from. Little known fact.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Okay, now you do.
Yeah, more about Looney Tunes.
So yes,
So he's watching a cartoon. He ends up getting beat up by a bully man.
yep.
And his best pal, whose name is
Bookie Barn.
not Bucky, but that's his nickname.
His full name
Something
is James Buchanan Barnes.
James Buchanan Barnes. Great. James Buchanan, like the 15th president. James Buchanan?
Hey, there were a lot of people named James Buchanan back in the day.
Oh man, I remember the 2000 election. People were accidentally voting for James Buchanan. And
Yes.
Ralph Nader in the Florida.
Ralph Nader.
Nader. You know, Ralph Nader. He was a Green Party candidate. It's
Yeah, I remember.
oddly specific 2000 election
Yes,
party.
I was alive during the 2000s.
I was alive. Yeah, I remember that. I demand a recount.
Anyway,
So he's saved by his pal, and he's like, hey, let's go to a super cool fair that we referenced only a few movies ago. And
the Stark Expo.
They go to the Stark Expo.
Though I don't think it's called that directly. I don't think they even showed it in the newspaper. I think it is just a general fair at that time.
But they show the globe, which we saw in 2.
Yes.
And all we really see is...
Stark is there.
Stark.
Howard Stark, Iron Man's dad.
who appears way too often in this movie, by the way.
Maybe.
Like, none of it makes any sense,
Little,
but I don't care.
Little tangent. At that fair, you see a costume
The
for...
red one?
Yes, for the Human Torch. Not the Fantastic Four one. I only knew this because when I was younger, and I still do this to this day, but I watched Easter egg videos for the Marvel movies. So I
didn't know it.
yeah. So I'm not sure what the difference is between this Human Torch and the other Human Torch power-wise. But yeah, that's an interesting Easter egg that they put in there.
And this is a tiny bit of a tangent, but imagine if the Human Torch was originally invented in the UK. So in like Britain, where torch is a flashlight.
The human flashlight.
You're like, that's it? That's boring.
That was a boring joke, Ben.
Hey, no. So like here, he's on fire, but there, he's just bright.
He's lit.
That's the dumb one.
Yeah. So he's at the expo, and they make a flying car fly, and that never comes back. Actually, no. It comes back in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I just remembered. Cause,
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
yeah, Coulson in that show had a flying car.
Does it use the same little doodads?
I forget, but it's probably... I think it looks more like Doc Brown flying
I watched
car.
like
Don't-
4 episodes of that show. I really know. I've heard it gets good after the first season.
It gets good at the...
But
okay, it gets
and
good
when the
after-
Hydra stuff happens.
Yeah, and season 2 is actually pretty good, but that's not the point here. I actually have only seen up to season 2. I couldn't take it. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll
we
go
should-
back one day.
Yeah, maybe we should do that after the end game. Is it still going?
Yes.
See, that's why
They
we
have
should get
Ghost
to it.
Rider in that show.
Is it Nicolas Cage?
Unfortunately not.
Is Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider a part of the Marvel universe?
No, unfortunately not. We wish it.
Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider 2 a part of the...
No.
Oh, a guy can dream.
No, Idris Elba was
His
in that
head
movie.
was all like...
Okay, we have to keep on focus. We can't keep doing this, people.
So instead of going on a fun dance after they see Tony Stark's car fall, he instead decides to, for the 5th time, sign up. For
Try
the
to sign
military.
up.
Because he's so bored and he loves America so much. that
And he
can-
hates bullies.
He hates the bully. Well, it's a very modern phrasing
Yeah, but it's
But I think the point is clear. It's
Yeah.
using a movie shortcut to make it clear. Because if he talked in 40s terms, it would be really rough.
yeah, whiz bang kazoo.
That's how people talk. Totally undecipherable.
Whiz-
Whiz bang kazoo, and they're like, "That's Crackerjack." They embrace.
That's Crackerjack, Jimmy Skin.
They kiss each other's on the elbows, and off they go in the backwards times of the 40s.
And they keep slapping each other's butts. See, this isn't gay. This isn't the homosexuals.
That's what they say.
Because gay was a term for happy.
That's true. I totally forgot. When did that come out? Anyway,
That's not the point.
now that's distraction.
Yes. So after the
I'm
23
gonna get lost down the internet's history for that one, though. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get lost.
after the 23 Skidoo, he meets up with the German the German scientist person who
Who is the Beats pill?
the Beats pill.
Yeah, remember in Transformers?
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot
That's
about
all
it.
I remember. I know he has a name. Of course, everyone has a name.
Is it Schmidt? It's German.
No. He's
Johann Gutenberg.
Tucci,
Stanley Tucci.
yeah, Stanley Tucci. Yeah, I did it.
Okay, yep, you did it
I
yourself.
love Tucci, by the way. He's
What else has
great.
he done? What else has he done?
Everything he's been in has been a delight. I specifically remember
How is this act?
not very popular movies, but The Devil Wears Prada, and
Is that
the other movie he featured with Meryl Streep,
is that the Brendan Fraser devil movie?
Julia.
Is that the Brendan Fraser devil movie? Bedazzled? Is that the same movie as The Devil Wears Prada?
No, Meryl Streep is
Okay,
in
we
charge of
can't-
a fashion magazine, but Tucci's in it.
Yes,
And Tucci's great, and he is the good-hearted
German man.
turncoat of a German, which is fine.
Turncoat? Did
Coat.
that mean he was the Nazi? I think you're wrong then.
No, his people joined in, like they were weak, and they were taken advantage of by the Germans. They even say that in the movie.
Okay.
I don't know where he was from, but Austria?
Austria, Germany, they're the same place.
Well, in the beginning, like in 1939. Oh, that was Poland, never mind.
Anyway, so what happened after... Okay,
he
so
says,
then...
This guy's
You're the
got
guy-
heart. Come on.
Yeah, this guy's got heart here. I'm a German.
And wow, like I was in the war again.
Okay, so after that, what comes after he gets
they-
assigned?
Yeah, they have the testing, right? So all the other soldier tests are there.
I don't think that's
And-
what happened next in the movie. I think you actually had to go out and take care of one of your children.
That's all I remember. Was there? Let me guess.
No,
We
what
cut back to Red Skull Man
we got back to Red
And
Skull Man
he's
in the mountain.
harnessing the power of the Tesseract.
Yes, and he's like, and little German man.
Evil Oompa Loompa.
Yes, evil Oompa Loompa, as you said during the movie. He,
Dr. Zoloft.
yes, Dr. Zola.
What's his actual name?
Zola.
Zola? Because I just said
Almond-
Zoloft.
His name is Zola.
It is?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow, I'm on fire. Okay, keep it going. I'm the Human Torch.
So, we're keeping in the pauses because we don't want editing.
He's harnessing the power of the
Yes,
Tesseract
he's
with this super
With some magical
standard dial situation, right?
Yeah.
Scientists
40%.
are using the dial.
50%, stabilizing
And
at 70%.
the bad
I did
guy's
not come
like-
here for standard, doctor.
And then he turns it, and it was so crazy. It just worked. Ugh. But, props to the scientist man who designed a power harnessing tool for this guy and said, oh, for an infinite power source, it would have to be able to do this. And then it just works.
Well, the thing is,
Props.
again, it's an infinity stone.
Well, I'm saying, how do you harness that stuff? I mean, obviously they put it into, like, weird little jewels or something.
Well, clearly, yeah. Well, actually, I think lore-wise, the Infinity Stones were just like concentrated pieces of energy that I'm not sure if it's ever stated who made them or if they just came into being by themselves.
I
Anyway,
thought that's explained in the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
in Guardians, they say that there was formed concentrated ingots, and what happened. So, but I'm not sure who put the space stone in a cube.
Well, it's the coolest shape. Well, it's actually a tesseract, sir. If you know.
No.
Hang on here. So hear me out. So a tesseract.
Cosmic cube, people.
A tesseract isn't a cube. It is a 4-dimensional cube.
Oh my gosh.
So this is an actual thing.
Oh.
So imagine a cube on a piece of paper.
Okay, we
right?
don't
So
need. Okay,
you have to go with me on
you
this
don't
adventure.
have to be Michael from Vsauce.
You just imagine the piece of paper. It's shaped like a cross. Okay.
I hate you.
So you've got this cross shape, and you fold the paper, and
I
it
live
turns
with.
into.
I live with this man.
It turns into a cube shape. Now, if you make the cross out of cubes, right? So you have this big T, but you also put them on the top and bottom, making like a 4-directional T. You know what I'm saying?
I will leave you out here to dry.
And then you fold that in on itself. It's in a 4th spatial dimension, and it's called the Tesseract. So that's one of the reasons why they chose that item, even though it's the cosmic cube in the other thing.
Which we
I'm
don't.
just saying
Which
it's a cool use of the term, and it
I did not-
clearly points it.
I'll
towards
admit that
being
is interesting, but you just
manipulating
bored our
space.
audience, and now everyone's gone.
They're all, well, goodbye.
So now, thank you, Michael of Vsauce.
Tesseracts are cool.
I completely forgot. You ruined everything.
Well, they harnessed the power, and it was so powerful.
Yes. Anyway, so
That was it, right?
Yes,
And that
yes,
scene,
and
and
I-
they cut back.
yes,
And now it's the test.
so yes, now, they get to boot camp. I think. I'm not sure. Not
Super Soldier Boot Camp, though?
No, I think it's a regular boot camp.
Because the Colonel's just like, one of you will be, I'm Agent K from Men
Well, I
in
don't,
Black.
well, I don't,
and-
yeah, because I don't think every soldier knows about this serum.
well, they voice over as they climb.
One of
as
you will
they're-
become a new breed of super soldier. So yeah, they do know.
Yeah, so, and they say, oh, I pick Hughes, the jerk. And the little, and,
Look at him.
Tucci's like,
Look at him. He's making me cry.
the actual Captain America, it made me laugh.
That's a good line. I think it's on par. It doesn't get as much attention, but I think it's as funny as I like this drink. Another. I think it's on par in comedy.
It is, I think, I Can Swim was funny.
Okay.
It wasn't that funny.
Oh yeah, we
It was
completely
something.
skipped over that chase.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, you're right. We haven't. Never mind.
So he is doing badly physically because he's the size of a tiny worm man. But Tucci's like, hey, this is the real guy. He's obviously ahead of everybody else. He's like, what do you mean? He's so tiny and dumb. I'm a short.
We need a soldier. We need him to follow orders. And it's like, and then he pulls out a grenade. It's a dummy grenade. Don't worry, no actors were hurt.
I'm so worried about the health of the actors.
So then Agent K throws the grenade, and everyone runs for it except for Steve, who runs to the grenade and covers it with his belly. And
He's very noble, actually. People do that in real life, and it's very impressive.
yes.
But
So and then
it shows that he is the most worthy.
but unfortunately he is still skinny.
So they take him in. It's science time. Oh, that's not true. They have a drink before.
No,
Right?
they-
He says,
no, they don't.
Be a good man, and he like pokes at his chest, which is important for when he's dying.
Yes.
I like the little moment with the drink, though.
Yeah, it's like,
He's like, you can't have these fluids. You're having a procedure tomorrow.
well, then we'll drink later. What? No, I won't drink later. I'll drink it now.
Yes. Ironically, he did have the drink later.
But he couldn't get drunk because his kidneys were just too powerful.
It's his liver.
Liver, kidneys, same.
You did it.
What did you do?
You flicked my pen correctly. He stole my pen and flicked it so violently the ink came out again. So thank
Yeah,
you.
because all the bubbles are rushing the other. Okay, moving
So-
on.
So they do the thing, and we go to the new science dial, which in this case is Vita rays. But before that, they do this thing which is way more painful than I remember, in which they slap a bunch of tiny needles all over him,
No, what they do...
and they like it jams him full of blue.
Well, first, I think
Well, they inject
the
him with
things that go over his chest aren't needles.
They have to be. It said.
You know what? Yeah, they have to be.
They said it like this. We inject the serum into all his major muscle groups, and so he's like chest, a bunch for the biceps.
What about
obviously.
the thighs? What about his thighs?
Obviously,
Why wasn't he a
not-
bit?
Never. He
why
has to
wasn't
skip
he-
leg day. That's all.
Yeah. Anyway,
Clearly, he doesn't though, based on they had to have hit them. So he just
through
got
his
stabbed.
pants.
I mean, really, why have him take off his shirt except to show how buff he is?
His rippling muscles. And I think you brought up
But
also.
wow, it was painful looking. Like all those tiny little needles, and you're like, that's a lot of fluid. If you ever had fluid pumped, like had like a TB shot, or
Well, he
like
grew like
anything
he grew
into
like
your
6.
muscles.
Well, he grew like 6 inches.
Well, yeah, but that had a lot to do with the Vita rays.
Also, what did that mean?
I assume.
No.
it's-
For a spine, what did that do?
Well, it's probably each individual vertebra is getting bigger.
Okay.
That's it. And I mean, I'm guessing the what is it, synovial ring? The ring in between each one is also like every single thing in his whole body is just getting slightly larger.
Yeah.
But-
So, yeah. Then.
He needs energy, and that's why they're injecting him full of sunshine,
Yep.
which assumed are like magical vitamins that make you very sad. But he's so good and strong.
no, very.
It was actually really great. He's like
the scream. Like, I always appreciate a good scream in a movie because it's very hard to make pain sound actually fairly believable. You know. I think. Because you don't usually. I'm trying to buy time while he writes something.
I'm writing a note to myself.
Okay, good. So, I'm dying out here.
Well, yeah, his scream was really good, and he's like, "No, I can take it." And then they're like, "Crank it to 100." Oh, the building can't take it.
Crank
So,
it to 11.
If he had turned it up even more, would he have been stronger?
No, I don't know.
Okay, just curious.
okay.
I don't know how this works. I'm sure in
No
comic book land, something happens, and there's some even better something. But
I'm sure if. What if they pumped you brothers up, but what if they pumped up Steve Rogers with more serum, and I suggested that he would just turn into Arnold Schwarzenegger?
yeah, if he was a bigger dude, he probably also would have been an even bigger dude. That's all.
Okay. Anyway, after that, there's a bomb that goes off from an
Well,
evil
a Nazi man, a Hydraman, a hydrant.
Hydro Man. No, that's a different superhero. That's going to be in Far From Home.
I'm gonna say a
Not
hydrant.
hero, villain. What?
I'm gonna call him a hydrant.
Okay, hydrant.
For the rest of the thing, all the Hydra people are hydrants.
Good thing to establish your bits early.
Just saying. So this hydrant, he blows up some stuff with his magical lighter that can explode multiple bombs. So he blows up the first one. He runs away, deadly accuracy, killing all sorts of people.
Yeah, which I'm not sure.
It was really refreshing to see a bad guy with a good shot and a lot of bullets. Apparently.
Yeah, in this tiny pistol.
Hey, you know what? It's
What?
Hydra technology.
Yeah, wait a minute. Did no? They were actual bullets.
He
not-
shot like 24. It felt like.
Yeah,
Easy.
it did
Like
feel-
that is a really big magazine. And
Not
it didn't
two.
appear
Not
to
2,000.
be.
Not 2,000 people. He shot 2,000 bullets and didn't even.
Easy.
He didn't always hit someone. He shot Grandma.
He totally. Oh, and then she just had her Tommy gun and it was just like into the ceiling. You're like, come on, you just point a little bit.
And I thought that actor was Aunt May from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
It's not.
Unfortunate. She's probably.
You're old, right? You're probably Aunt May. That's what old people are.
Yeah, she's probably dead now. Anyway,
So there's this dramatic chase scene, which is really fun. You see him running really fast, and he jumps over a fence, and he jumps onto a car,
and he
uses the
runs.
door.
He runs, and he can't control his speed, so he crashes into glass and into
wedding
a.
dress?
I think it's a wedding.
So is he impervious to the glass, or is it just movies? And
I think
Murder
it's just.
Rush?
I think it's just movie.
Okay, I just don't know the rules. I mean, I thought, is he bulletproof at this point? I don't know. Well, obviously not, because why would he need a shield if he was bulletproof?
Certainly not for symbolism.
Yes. So he gets the shield for the first of several times. Well, the second time, He already had a shield. He used the trash can lid
Trash
at
can
the beginning
lid.
of the movie beat up scene.
Yeah.
And then now he uses the car door with a star on it.
Symbolism!
And then the kid...
That's usually what I say during anime.
He picks up the kid, throws him in the water. He's like, oh, I'll save you. Never mind, I'm good. Okay, cool. You stay down there. I hope you find your way up.
I hope you don't get salmonella.
Why would you get...
I don't know what's so...
Dive into the submarine. The
I don't-
submarine was ridiculously awesome.
I know, but I thought it looked like something out of like James Bond, which I've never seen.
So rather than just do a beat for beat, I think I want to kind of pick up the pace.
Yeah.
So the senator sees the value of this guy and says, hey, let's have you do performances and be a symbol. I think this is going somewhere. Right?
Yeah, we're running way
I
long
know,
at this
right?
point. Sorry, audience,
Well,
if you're
in
there.
honesty, the beginning part is the best part of the movie.
Yeah. Not to say that the end is bad.
I think right up until the part where he saves everybody, like he saves Bucky's crew and stuff, that part, I think up until then, the movie was amazing without stops.
Yeah.
Like, just super good, great movie. I mean, yeah, sure, the Colonel's a little dumb, but you need somebody to be a foil.
But it's Tommy Lee Jones, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, you get a script, you gotta, you can't just say whatever you want. You can't always be the coolest guy in the room.
Have you met Robert Downey Jr.?
That's true.
So, yeah.
Which we find out in the next movie.
Okay, so now we're kind of just going to diverge from the point by point. Because this is taking too long.
I mean, well, I guess we can wrap up the basic summary. He saves Bucky and his crew. They take him seriously now. He's a fighter now.
Now he's
and
officially a captain.
he was already a symbolic captain, but
Yes,
I guess
but-
they took that seriously.
Yes, because when they thought he was dead after they went into the Hydra thing, he said, like, I regret to inform that
Captain Steve Rogers.
Captain
right?
Steve Rogers or something like that. He might have a middle name. I'm not sure. But he did, like, had been presumed killed in action. Like, wait, is he actually a captain?
I mean, I guess it doesn't really
Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
But he goes on all these different missions, and they go and crush Hydra in all these different locations, and they're making all this progress. And then there's a big giant to do, and he gets on a super cool giant plane, which we'll have to talk about.
Yeah.
We're probably going to spend a lot of time there. But I did want to say that his little story arc of being a symbol for America is, like, one of the things I remember most about the movie.
Yeah,
Is like the little punching the fake Hitler was super great.
which hit Hitler in the credits.
Oh man, that was funny.
In the credits where it has like the it has the character, it has the character's name and the actor's name. The character was Adolf Hitler in quotes.
It's like
Hitler. This is a visual joke that you can't see.
but we're air quoting as aggressively as we can.
Yeah. It's hurting.
It was
Anyway, so yeah, so soon after when everything comes, soon after they get all the army people back from the Hydra base, and after Red Skull reveals that he has a red skull.
Surprise.
Yes,
Well, they call them the Red Skull. The Germans call him the Red Skull, right?
when he has,
And then he blows them up
yes, he probably
with his blue gun and kills everyone, so nobody could ever tell the Germans that he left.
yes, exactly. They won't. What was I going to say? Yes. So after the
Hang glider.
yes,
Go on.
we got that from a Lindsay Ellis video. Look her up; she's good. Makes good video essays. So, yes, what I was trying to say is that after they get all the troops from Hydra base, that's when it kind of goes into montage mode. When he saw like the map of where everyone was going to attack.
And he remembered it perfectly.
Yep, because he's a perfect American.
Well, I mean, it could have infected his brain too, right? I know they didn't inject the serum directly into his brain, but it affected every cell in his body. So
They
Maybe he
didn't
remembers
know
things.
the brain had cells back then.
That's not true at all.
The 40s. Well, lobotomies were a thing back then, Ben.
That's sort of true. They became a little more popular later, but
Anyway.
I know stuff about that. Anyway.
We don't want to bore you, but I also want to talk about all this stuff.
Oh man, there's so many things like
This movie has a lot of good stuff. It's a really solid movie.
And I think it begun to hit the stride of what makes a Marvel movie
Good. Like
the formula started to come up out of the work finally.
Yes.
So like the Iron Man, we had that first thing, no one knew what was going to happen afterwards, as was evidence from the Hulk.
Yeah.
The Hulk was just all over the place, nothing made sense. Thor came around, it's way different in scope.
Iron Man
pace.
2 came next.
That's true. We even did a podcast about it. But Iron Man 2 came.
Check it out.
It started to, condense a little bit. And Thor had some beats that we're hitting now. But Iron Man, wow.
Captain America.
But Captain America, the current
Captain
thing we're talking
Iron
about
Man.
was
Captain America Man.
is I think the first real movie that's using the formula, whereas Thor and Iron Man 2 were like trying to build it. I think
even though we found Iron Man,
the formula.
yeah, even though Iron Man 2 we thought was really enjoyable.
I mean, it does all three of them.
We can't stay on past movies for too long.
No, we'll do that next time.
Yes,
we'll do a double.
We'll do it when Avengers. We're going to do Avengers soon, guys.
We'll do a Phase one and an Avengers one. I think that'd be fair.
Yeah,
so we'll do a Phase in review.
Oh, dude,
just an idea.
Okay. You get to hear us live.
Kind of a comparison.
The thought process, people. Okay, so then after what? We're losing track, people. Help!
Red Skull. Are we talking about where
the
captain has been taking out all the things in the montage?
Yeah, and then eventually
he's ready to attack all the places in the world at once.
Yes, eventually they get to the train.
They capture the Oompa Loompa.
Yes,
who reveals the facts that he actually doesn't like Hydra. He just wants to live.
Yes. Remember when he showed hesitance, when he was like, "Hail Hydra!"
Oh, I mean, Hail Hydra.
Yep, I didn't say it before, but now I am. So.
Zola.
Yes.
Not Zoloft.
Yes, I feel okay. Oh man.
So they decide to go after the big giant. Super giant plane. It's a giant plane. It's got 12 propellers on it.
We didn't even mention that Bucky died because it's happened so quick we always forget.
In honesty, I watched it and I didn't know it happened. And we rolled back the clip and I said, "Who just died?" And
you said, "Oh no, I'll help this bad guy."
But no, it was not a bad guy.
It was Bucky Barnes.
And he just fell to his death. But in the next scene, it would have been very obvious if I had kept watching. But I was looking at it, and it was so fast, I didn't even notice.
So much so that when I first saw the second movie, I completely forgot who Bucky was.
Well, of course. I mean, where are they in Russia at this point? Why are they?
The Alps.
Right? They're in the Alps.
No.
That one isn't in the Alps.
No, they're in a mountain. They're in the mountain.
But he falls into a mountain crag, and he's like,
I lost my arm on the way down.
No, no characters with names die in this movie. They just get really bad
boo-boos.
Yeah.
I hope one of you got that reference.
George of the Jungle.
No, don't tell them.
It's just great.
Okay.
So. Yeah, we did gloss over it because it got glossed over. It was
it happened really fast. They didn't really linger on his face when he was falling.
I mean, shoot, we come back to, the time we have to collect and think about it. I'm mostly spending my time thinking about the bar they're in and what on earth happened to it.
Yeah,
what happened to the bar?
It
was totally destroyed, and he's the only guy in there. He's drinking a drink. He can't drink.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if there was a deleted scene. I haven't checked that. But yeah, it doesn't really make a lot of sense on the first viewing why that bar is looks like it was burnt down, kinda.
Where is it set?
I don't know.
Where are we? We have to be in Italy somewhere.
I will say this: there's a lot of jumping forth from war from the battlefield to the New York base. and then back to that bar occasionally. There's a lot of jumping between those that I'm not sure when those journeys are occurring. I will say that, but that's more of a nitpick than anything.
Yeah, I think the major nitpick is still to come when they're on the plane.
Yeah, I
There's a
guess.
super cool showdown between super strong Red Skull and Captain America. He pulls out the Tesseract. Oh no, he touches it.
And then he
it
gets
shoots him into space.
Yeah, and now we do know where he went. But
man, what
but
a weird
why?
twist.
But why did one stone send him to another?
Well, I think it's
Granted, it was the space stone, but it wasn't the soul stone.
none of it makes sense. I think it was just a cool fan service item for later. But
I don't
based
think-
on comics that I
Okay,
don't understand.
quite frankly, I don't. How it ties into Infinity War, I don't think it does. I don't think that it was meant to be Red Skull this whole time. Granted, when Infinity War happened and Red Skull appeared, that was one of the best cameos I'd ever seen.
Well, okay, hear me out. So, Red Skull also hit with the serum, right?
Yes.
But he didn't get the Vita Rays
Maybe.
right?
No, he did not.
because he's not as ripped and giant.
I think it was just that the formula wasn't complete yet.
Yeah, but he in theory has healing, right?
Maybe.
So, if he was shot into actual space,
Space Stone, so it kind of
would
teleported
he have
him?
continued to live because his healing factor would continually regenerate his body,
Well, technically.
and so he can't
Oh.
die in the vacuum of space?
Well, then again, that planet where he lands up,
Isn't he like a floaty ghost man at that point?
yes, but
do
that's
you
not
turn into a floating
that's
ghost
not
man?
important to this movie.
That's true.
This is a tangent.
But he does disappear, which is like, oh wow, there goes the villain.
Yep.
That was a really cool villain. We spent the whole movie building up to just have it disappear immediately and not be seen ever again,
Yeah,
which is part of the problem with Marvel.
yeah, they do.
The villains just get dismissed too often. Why? Why
I
not
would-
just
I would-
always have them come back later? You could cash
Like-
in on those forever.
Well, next time we get Loki.
Well, that's true. We did talk about Loki for quite a while.
Yeah. So
A
yeah,
little
after
bit won't.
after he gets zipped away, the plane starts going down. Apparently, even though we thought that the plane was being powered by the Tesseract.
Even if it was, it wasn't very clear that it was.
Yeah.
Like, we don't see any power things, we don't see lights go off, we don't see anything.
Yeah, even it said like he
I mean,
called.
maybe
He
it's
called.
just because it's full of bombs, and that's it. He's like, well, it's full of bombs, I can't just land it on an airstrip where
Well-
planes land.
Question: has Captain America ever flown a plane?
Well, that's not what matters.
Yeah.
Captain America is secretly, the whole time,
He's secretly suicidal.
looking for death. Yes,
Yes.
that's exactly where I was going. His parents died fighting the good fight,
I
and
don't
he
think-
wants to sacrifice himself for a worthy cause because
I
he's
I do
young,
think he
he
has.
doesn't understand.
I do think he has this hero complex. I don't mean to.
Well, Bucky even says that. He even hammers with it.
He
It's
does-
like you got nothing to prove.
Hmm.
Like, because he totally does. But he's such a good guy, his self-sacrificial piece is amplified. Right? Just like Red Skull's evil was amplified.
Yes.
His goodness was
He
amplified.
is just so good, which also prompted me to say Chris Evans would be an excellent Superman because he would just play Captain America.
Well, yeah? Well, actually, I'm torn because
On
Captain
this
America as a
hypothetical.
character is
A man-
very
a ma-
flat character.
He's a man out of time.
Well, the whole thing is like he's a flat character. So there's 3 different
He
character
doesn't.
arcs,
Okay.
right?
No, he doesn't
We're
have
gonna
a
get
character.
way too lost if I go.
I
down
will
that
say
path,
this:
but-
Captain America, does not have a character arc because he is already the best.
That's what I'm talking about. So there's
And that's not a
3
bad thing.
different main character arcs. So you could have like a character become good, a character become bad, or the character stays the same but changes the world around them. Captain America is that third one because he's just good.
Yeah, he's
and
just-
so as he interacts with the world around him, you see it change, and that's why he's an interesting character, not because
Yeah, because like you see kids in the street after he makes his sacrifice about like them pretending to be Captain America.
I mean, shoot, Coulson loved Captain America, and that's something we talk about in Avengers.
Yes, but before this isn't the end, people, because he wakes up
And that should have been the end credit scene.
Yeah, that probably would have been better. Because if you don't know, there is a trailer at the end of this instead of an end credit scene.
All they could have done...
And you don't... Okay, if you don't... Okay, you might think I'm being hyperbolic, like my brother thought.
I totally thought that.
It is a literal trailer. It says, like, next summer, some assembly acquired.
Yeah. Well, okay, so here's my ideal ending to this movie. So the plane goes down, right? They're having this super sentimental talk about the dancing they're going to do next time, right? And then they crash it. It cuts out, and we see Captain America.
I would have thought, like, after
and then they talk about his sacrifice, and
I would have thought
we see the kids, and
I thought you were gonna go with like it ends with the kids.
Yeah,
like,
of course it's gonna end with the kids.
Okay.
But there'd be like the Colonel talking about his sacrifice, and the Medal of Valor topic probably would have been right then, but they'd say, "Oh, he died." Something like that would have happened. And
I thought you'd be taller.
that part probably wouldn't have happened in my setup. But, you need the cameo.
So, yeah.
And then the after credit scene would be him waking up. Because that is not a good ending to this movie.
I think...
It's fine for the next movie. It is not a good ending for this movie.
No, I think it is. Like, it has a very powerful ending, I think. He's like, he sees this world around her. He sees so much time has passed, and he says, like, I had a date. And then it cuts to black, and that is a great ending.
The line was a good ending, and that was great, but I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm saying.
So anyway, final thoughts.
Good movie. I put it second best of the 5. Since I'm going to now rank every single one as I go.
I think we should I think we should write a paper list or do it on phones.
Yeah. I like this.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the Patreon we don't have. We could have a Patreon.
Yeah, you can get paid double.
Paid!
So yeah, I would give... Oh, I didn't even think of a funny way to end this. My funny ranking.
I'm going to funny rank it. I'm stealing the good one.
No!
Okay.
I will give this... Hold on, let me pause. After much deliberation, I came up with something. Yeah. I will give this 7 Hail Hydras out of 10.
Hang glider.
What?
That's what you said, right?
Yes, it is hang glider.
No.
They do a very hang glider
They do a
motion.
hang glider.
So,
and I think I need your follow up to that. So you give it 7 hang gliders? Oh, Hail Hydra, sorry. I didn't
7 hang gliders out of 10.
Accident.
Nope, I'm sticking with it now. 7 hang gliders out of 10.
I think this movie, I'm going to give it 8 punches of Adolf Hitler out of 10 because...
With quotes.
With the quotes, because this movie's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it is slightly less than Iron Man, but...
It is...
Very good.
If you haven't seen it because you think all movies pre-Avengers and you only see Avenger movies, this movie is very...
Who watches only Avenger movies? That would make no sense.
Old people.
They're like Avengers, Avengers 2, and Avengers 3. I'm very confused.
And with that said, let's go. I don't know what to say. I forgot. Wait, I remember. I remember, people. And with that said, about the 3 Avenger movies, we are on the road to Endgame.
Nailed it.
Did I miss the...
Oh, man.
Oh,